Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and this is a series I call 6 Games I Played So You Don't Have To. And what I'm doing here is I'm talking about different games that I particularly don't like. And so here's what you can assume. You can assume that if I don't like the game, you still might like it. In fact, some of these may be reviewed by other folks on the Dice Tower. They may be positive. They may be fantastic. They're just games that I don't think are particularly good, and so I'm putting them all together in one review. Hey, you know what's popular right now? The Mario movie. You know it's not worth your time? Super Mario Maze Game DX Deluxe. Mostly this is a production issue. So this is a game that they brag about having like 800 combinations. No, I'm sorry, 120,000 maze combinations. So if you ever played the old Labyrinth game where you turn the handles and you make the ball go through, that's what this is. And it has these little mazes that you can, if you look here in the back, here's a picture of it. You can rotate these and put them in any order, and you know what that does? Absolutely nothing. 120,000 maze, because at the end of the day, you then get in the middle, which is like a double layer thing, and that's where you fall out every time. The rest of it, not hard. Only the middle part's hard. And it's really hard, and then you have to start the whole thing over. Just not worth your time. 5 out of 10. Okay, this next one is one I think some people might disagree with me. This is Shapers of Gaia. Beautiful production, nice art. The whole thing is about... It says, after 1 you and your fellow factions have emerged from an underground vault carrying the ingredients to restore Gaia to its former glory. This is another 5 out of 10 for me, and I think this one is because this one offers and sounds like it offers a lot and doesn't. There's like, ooh, bonuses, and everyone is very, it's a little asymmetrical, but you play the same way, and you're putting out these creatures, and there's area control and stuff, and it's just, it feels like work to play the game, but it also feels a little chaotic sometimes in just how things work. I just didn't enjoy the flow of the game. Turning over tiles, adding tiles to the board, and then putting out these animals on them that have special abilities. It all sounded cool, but when played, didn't really like it. Another 5 out of 10 here is Pear Shaped. So Pear Shaped, and I got to show you this one here because it's a pear. I like the packaging for this one a lot. Look, it's a pear. And you push this pear and it's going to... Hang on, let me get it going. It's not working on this table. Well, that's another negative about the game. But you put the pear down, and what you're going to do is you're going to push it. Oh, I see. The cards have to be out of it. Right. The cards have to be out of it for it to work. So you put it here, and you're going to start wobbling the pear. And now you're playing the game before the pear stops. Here's the thing. When does the pear stop? Is it when it's perfectly still, almost there? And then you're just playing like an Uno style game with these pear-shaped cards. But you cannot play the same thing the last person did. So if I put this purple potion on top of these purple drops, you can't then play purple as your next card. You got to play potion or just one thing. And if you mess up at any point, or this stops wobbling, or you grab it, some cards grab it, then you take the cards, put them on your deck, and in essence, this game could be the game that never ends. So unfortunately... It's funny looking. It's also a real pain to put this together. Got it. Oh, I forgot to put the rules in. Anyway, 5 out of 10. All right. Sink or Swim. This is a cooperative game in which, synchronized swimming, that's fine. I don't really particularly like the graphic design of this, but it's the gameplay that bothers me. It is a speed game in which you have 20 seconds or whatever to all play the same card at different spots. There's going to be all different things you need to do. And now we're going to add 2 things. Now we all have to do this, and we can trade cards and stuff. We can communicate as much as we want. If you don't get it done in 20 seconds and you add 10 seconds, you do 30 seconds. If that doesn't work, you add 40 seconds. If you mess up, you just keep adding seconds. And at the end, there's some scoring. I don't actually understand how the scoring works on the app. And it just led to me a profoundly unfun experience. I like a lot of speed games. I like a lot of cooperative games. This combo did not work for me at all. Some of you may like it. I didn't enjoy it. Polders. This is possibly one of the most ludicrous roll and write games I've ever played. To start with, there is a yellow marker in the game. So I don't know what they thought. You're taking boards, you're drawing on them and passing them around. You're drawing Tetris type shapes. I've seen that a lot. The whole thing loves brown. This is the way the whole game looks. But what I found to be astounding was how complex the scoring was. You're going to be scoring every spot you do on the board with a mathematical formula. When I have to say if there is, oh man, how's the scoring here? So the score for that area is determined by the number of squares times the correctly filled buildings that are part of it. However, there is a but. Large areas will result in diminishing scores as the multiplier is lowered and the score is rounded down. So if you want 1 to 5 squares, correct buildings have a multiplier of 1. 6 to 10 squares, correct buildings have a multiplier of 0.5. More than 10 squares, correct buildings have a multiplier of 0.25. This means that an area with 7 squares filled with circles that are connected to one mainer with a circle on it scores 7 times 0.5 equaling 3.5 points, but this is rounded to 3 points. And you need to do that for tons of areas on the map. This is insanity. I have to give this a 3 out of 10. That's insanity. And then another 3 out of 10, unfortunately, Starfighter's Rapid Fire. So this game sounded really cool, and I like a lot of Alley Cat games. In this game, you have a spaceship, and you are rolling dice as fast as you can. You are then assigning those dice to different sections of a board, which will then allow you to kind of program your ship. They're so boring. It's so boring. You roll dice to shoot, then you roll and see if you can shoot. You may or may not shoot. There's dice that let you increase the thing. As soon as someone's done, they're like, stop. And then anyone else who hasn't finished rolling their dice yet can roll them and save them for the next turn, but there's just stop, stop, stop. I'm going to move straight 1. And then I'm going to shoot. I missed. Okay. And these kind of things can be done very, very fun. Like, there are really fun ways of playing this kind of game. Captain Sonar is probably the best one. This one feels like they took all the fun out. It is so slow. There's not enough dice. You can't do anything really cool. And wow, this game was really disappointing. I did not like it at all. So there you go, folks. That's 6 games I played so you don't have to. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.